Let's take 3 deep breaths together, gathering your energy back on the in-breath, on the exhale, spiraling down into a safer, slower space inside your body, maybe your womb or your root or your low belly. Deep breath in. Mm, on the exhale, dropping down into your aliveness inside of your body. Deep breath in. A little bit, let yourself feel your consciousness dropping into your root or your womb, your low belly. Deep breath in. Mm. Relaxing on this exhale all the way down into your seat. I am here. Welcome. In the last video, I shared a bit about the 4 principles that I put on my MEK coaching website that I am in service to and devoted to. The first one, I am in service to life, love, mystery, source, God, goddess, however you want to say it, spirit, that thing, that life force that makes all of us stay breathing and moving and alive. I'm devoted to that and being in service to life, love, this bigger thing that is keeping all of us going. I am devoted to your sovereignty. If you work with me, you will know that I will never pretend that I know best for you or your life. I love to hold space for you to find clarity. I might have insight to share with you or knowings that come through as we're chatting, as I'm holding you in love. Um, but in the end, it will always be you knowing for you what is best for you because you are living inside of your own body. It's also a principle of mine in every container that I hold that my desire is for you to know thyself. It is the journey of a lifetime to feel within the borders of your own skin, the universe of you. Who are you down in here, and who is you coming out into the world, the most authentic version of you? So that leads me to the 3rd principle that I put on that website, and it is I support you in being more of who you are. So I am gifted and qualified to coach you in manifesting your best life and um, working through behavioral things that you would like to change. But those are not the things that light me up in the core because we could work through some of these behavioral things and you could shift, or we could work through patterns or pains or chronic issues that you have in your body and get them resolved. But guess what? Life keeps moving and you're going to have more issues and you're going to want to manifest a different, better life. And life keeps going like that. And there's no end to that. And it's fun if you feel it's fun, but lots of people come in wanting the best life and the pain to go away and the chronic problems to heal, not because they think it's a fun journey and adventure in living their most adventurous life, but because they think that if these issues go away and if I get my best life and if I heal this chronic pain, then I'm going to finally be happy. And that is not a belief that I hold, actually. I have seen it too many times. I've lived it too long to know that getting the thing that you think you want is actually not going to end your suffering. Getting the thing, healing the issue, fixing the problem that you think you have is actually not going to make you happy or end your suffering. And in the end, that is you chasing a carrot on the end of the stick for the rest of your life. Do I care about you living a happier life and a little bit more peaceful and in balance and feeling whole and joyful? Yes, absolutely. I care about that, or I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I just don't want to keep helping you chase that carrot and you keep wondering why I'm getting the thing and then why am I not happy I'm getting the thing. So me being able to support you in being more of who you are is where we find peace. It's where we find deep joy. It's where we find, oh, I have me. Peace is available right here. Joy is actually here in my present moment, no matter what my external circumstances are. I can feel a connectedness to life force in my center. I can find a resting space inside of me, no matter how chaotic the world around me is. This is where you enter suffering, finding you, finding the joy of being in flow with life and bringing more of who you are into the world in each moment with more confidence and more peace. So, how do I do that and what does that mean? It is actually a shift in consciousness, and I work these concepts in my body, mind, spirit sessions with balanced living. But with that work, it is a little bit more focused on helping you resolve specific issues because we're working with nervous system. I'm often working with people with a lot of trauma and CPTSD patterns. So we are working very specifically some different things there, but I'm coming in with this realization at the bottom that that isn't going to make you happy in the end. You having you being connected to life force, you flowing you more authentically in the world, that is where your joy, that is where your peace, that is where you will be in resonance with life around you and in harmony and find your greatest joy in living, no matter what is going on in your life, right? So in my coaching containers, if you were to come to me and we would set a container, the way that I'm working with you is to shift your consciousness out of these pieces of you that want to keep striving and working and fixing and changing and acquiring and never ending, healing, right? Ascending, all of that. It's not that. We are going to work instead to slow down, drop into an embodied I am space and discover who am I to actually know thyself in a deepest way. The journey of entering into the universe of you. So if you're not interested in knowing you, if you're not interested in knowing thyself, then you shouldn't probably work with me because when you're working with me, you're going to start to get really clear about who you are and what your patterns are and what your protections are and how you've been shying away from living your real life in the world, um, and how you've been living your culture's life or your religion's life or your family's life or ideas for your life, but not really your own. So if you're ready to access you, to meet the things inside of you, to meet your pain, to meet your joy, to meet your soul longings, there will be grief. So I'm going to warn you right up front. Meeting that after a lifetime of living somebody else's ideals for you or some other religion's perspective of what your life should look like or your family's ideas of what your life should be, to meet you, to drop in, to slow down, to gain the tools, to have the capacity to see yourself and then to have the capacity to hold yourself, you will feel some grief for the things that you have missed in living somebody else's life or somebody else's ideas for your life. But after we move through that stage, you will start to feel this deep relief. And then what happens is we start playing with, oh, what parts of me did I adopt to stay safe? What parts of me did I take on to stay small, to stay okay, to stay, all the things that we needed to do to stay provided for, safe, loved, supported. Um, and often that meant not being your true self in the world. So once we start to slow down, you start to feel safe in a loving container where you get to start looking at, oh, these are the patterns that kept me safe. These are the patterns that kept me small. These are the patterns I chose to be okay in my situation. Then we start to hold those in love. We start to really allow just the noticing to be the magic, and with a loving witness and this loving work of noticing and then continuing to drop down into my soul truth, to feel myself being held and breathed by something bigger. I am. me, the entirety of me, even the protective patterns and bad habits and all of that, me is held in love by life. Life is breathing all of me. And then I keep dropping down into my soulful I am to find, ooh, who am I in my womb cauldron? Who am I in my deepest truth, in my deepest essence? And how can I start being a little bit more courageous in speaking, moving, being in that way in the world? So I'm supporting you in being more of who you are in your truest essence while holding all the parts of you that maybe are a little less authentically you in the soul, but definitely parts of you that we're going to love and hold with a lot of tenderness. So, um, I don't know if I want to say any more on that. If you have questions, please contact me. It's a really fun journey. It helps you learn to enjoy living your real life instead of constantly looking for this life out here that you're chasing and chasing. And when I get to that life, I'm going to finally feel okay. Um, it's a very well-lived life when we can start to slow down, access that I am, hold every part of you in love, knowing life is breathing you, holding you, supporting you. And then you get to create from that space. You get to be from that space. It's also a very resting place. You're not working towards rest. You are rest here in the center. You're not working towards something, peace, rest, joy. You're actually finding it here in the center first. That's your starting place. And then as you rest in that space, you feel life moving you and it arises, and your next movement, your next thing you're to say, the next thing you're to create comes forward. It's been something I'm practicing for the last long, long while, and I'm still practicing. I think I'm going to be practicing till I die. I'm always finding parts of me that are scared of bringing the truth of me all the way forward. So we're in it together. I love this journey. It is so exciting to be on the adventure of knowing thyself. If this is interesting to you, call me, talk to me, and we'll see if this container is a good fit for you. Much love to you. Thanks for being with me. I will return. I hope you do too.